The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. No proper English was used. The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. Okay, I don't know quite what's going on with Twitch here. I can't seem to get that working here. Although it says it's streaming. Well, I guess I'll just have to wait for it. But I'm live on YouTube, so I guess that counts for something. So, and let me see here. Let me put that stream up health. Okay, it's excellent. Okay. You've seen the intro, just so you know that the text is getting cleaned up here. And I'm trying to find the first writer's formats. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start diving in here. Okay. Now these words are our Creator's words, so we don't need the in front of this. Words. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Well, words came to Jeremiah from YV, saying, arise and go down to the potters. Okay, now the potters got to have, it's not going to be a house. I'm going to call it a shed. So let's see. It's like that. It's going to get added. And then this is going to get replaced. The potter's shed. And there I'll announce. I got to get rid of this word. Whoops. I moved my buttons around, so I've got to really take a look at what's going on. And I will, oops, this here was not red. It's got to be, listen, okay. And I will speak. My words to you, okay. Now that's got to be the two verses together to make a group here. So now I've got to find another two group of words here in a 3-verse format. I went down to the potter's shed. I'm trying to think. My mind is trying to still figure out what the word shed should be. Potter's workshop, potter's shop, potter's. Oh, wait, was making. Okay. I don't think I need this. Although I could put at the potter's shed. I saw he was making something on the wheel. Yeah, I can't use the word there. I have to say saw if I'm going to see this. If I'm using this. Okay, I see I got to realign that. Key's got to go someplace else. Probably right there. Okay. And I would have to put at At the potter's shed, I saw he was making something on the wheel. But the vessel he was making of clay was spoiled in the hands of the potter. Okay, that makes sense as a two group. So he remade it into another vessel, and it pleased the potter. Don't need this. So he remade it as it pleased the potter. I'm thinking, does the word pleased mean to be here? So he made it into another vessel. Or the potter remade it. Okay, I'm going to just go with this right now. Then words. Then words from YV came to me saying, if I'm missing really one word or one verse. So let me get this down here to work on it, because this fuchsia colored word is word that text that I was added in 1977 in SAB. But this doesn't need to be here. To the descendants. This has to be the descendants. Descendants from Israel. Now this is the man. This is, I'm adding this, I'm getting rid of. This I'm adding. This, getting rid of. But this is saying came to me saying, I too can do to the descendants from Israel. Okay, now this. Well, let's see. I'm getting rid of that word, but that word I'm moving really. Oops. That's what I'm missing is my yellow text. Okay. this, 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 this. And this. I too can do this to the descendants from Israel. Okay, and then that's, he made it, and then he's saying he can do the same. Okay. I guess it's, I can do this. Like the clay in the potter's hand. So is, whoops, I need the word though. Okay, now for the kingdom I can uproot and pull down. No, at a moment concerning their nation. Boy, gotta get used to these. Concerning their nation. Um, but this has already been said. I'm thinking and I'm looking, and this has already been said. So I guess I don't really need this verse here, because I was trying to make it connect to the next one. And the more I read it, the more I thought, I've been reading that already. So that's already been said. So he made it, and then it says, I can do the same to the descendants from Israel. Okay. Concerning their nation. Concerning their nation. Now, it's not a kingdom. So this word I don't need. That word I've already got. This word I don't need. I'm not thinking I need that word. Okay, so let's just get rid of all of it. I can I can pull it down. I can pull it down. Well, it's not getting, or destroy it. Pulling it down doesn't make sense. Destroying it, he can. But if I do this and then do this, or I can destroy it, and or is the big word here, and I would be using this. So I can pull it down or I can destroy it. This has to be from this has to be destroying. If that nation, it's not that nation. If his nation turns from its evil, if his people turns from evilness, I will relent. Let's see what the word relent means here. I will yield. I like the word yield. Let's see what it says here. In here, this is 7. Whoops. No, it's 8. Relent. I will change. Okay. Okay, if I change this word from relent to change, I will change from destroying. If I got the word already changed, the plan I'm bringing on, I planned to bring on it. If I use this verse, and this is all one sentence, so maybe if I, no, okay. I got to use this here because okay, if if and we know who this is. This is Judah. So, and I know that they're evil. So I have to make this, and the words are saying evil. I do this. So if Judah turns from evilness, oh, if I get rid of this word, get rid of this word, and stack that up, I will change as I planned. Turn from evil. I will change my plan. Oh, I'm trying to think of what's next. And I can do I will change my plan for it. Means this I don't need, this I don't need, this I don't need, this I'm adding. I will change my plan for it, my plans. If nation, if Judah, okay, I just want to go over here. Still says it's not on. Something has happened on Twitch. If Judah turns from evilness, I will change my plans for it. I gotta say, so I'm trying to figure out how to get this is the only way I could get that in there. So I can start without having to start out in blue text. So if Judah turns from evilness, I will change my plans for it. Okay, now I got to find two more. Or at another moment I might speak concerning that nation. This I don't think is needed. Mm, so I don't need any of this. The point is, he's now going to speak to him, tell him what they're going to do here. He's told him this is like the potter. He can do this. Now, what happens next? What happens next here? Okay. It can't be now. It needs to say go. And I'm going to put people here. In Judah. And I can go just grab this. It has to be I am against. I am. So this is out these two. I am against Jerusalem. But if it's people, to the people in Judah, I am against the races. I am against mankind. So this, because if it's Judah does include this city, so I gotta say no here on that. Go in to the people. Right now, I still need that filled in. Don't know if it's a prophecy or not here. To the people of Judah, I am against. I don't think I need this. I'm against mankind. Yeah, this has got to be prophesy here. And go prophesy to the people in Judah. I am against mankind. Don't need any of these words. I'm fashioning. He just got done planning. I am planning. I guess I'm going to use this word. Behold, I am planning. For an army to be against you. Let me go over here and take a look. This is, I am fashioning. Because, yeah, I like that word better. I am planning your destruction because that's reading better. Behold, I am planning your destruction. Well, let me put this text up here. Forgot that. This is text that I've already done, so you can see what I'm looking for here. I'm trying to, you'll see a 3-verse format come up, but that's what I'm doing. And, if you're wondering, behold, I am planning your destruction because. And I guess I can use the word you. I don't need it in green. You devised because you destruction because you, and I guess I can use the word You planned, actually, because you planned. You planned against his. This would be Jesus, his. Whoops. Like that. Because you planned against his. Man, okay, now I'm trying to figure out how is this, these two sound like better connected than this, but if it's because you planned against his, if you reform for your way, turn back, I'm looking here trying to scan through, trying to find two groups that's going to actually connect. This is not needed. Um, if I come all the way down here and add the word for each of you are acting. For each of you Boy, it's taken me forever to find these keys and location today. I just redid them trying to figure out how to get this a little bit better than I had it before, but I've got to get I'm almost ready to rebuild build my next computer. So I have to redo everything, but I've learned a little bit. So each of you are acting according to the stubbornness of your evil hearts. Now, if that verse is working, this is not needed. But this is, now this is, that's not making quite enough sense for me to use it here. It's got a nice format, but it's not. Because I'd almost like need the word now in here. You planned against his, and they are saying, it is hopeless. And we too, yeah, I gotta use the word too. We too are going to follow our own plans. Planned against him, it's working, and they are saying it is hopeless, and we too are going to follow our own plans. I have to use like the word now here. I can't get away without using the word now somehow. Now each of you are acting according to the stubbornness of your evil hearts. And then that would make that a group, 2-verse grouping here. This is not any good. This doesn't. Or the cold flows, foreign land which snatches away the water. Flowing water is going to ever get snatched away. This is not making any sense. It's not ask now, then ask among the tribes, have you ever heard? Okay. For my people have forgotten me, they burn incense to worthless gods. They have stumbled from their way, from ancient paths, to walk in bypaths, not on a highway. This is not really making any sense. They're supposed to be obedient to our Creator, so this is not an ancient path. Trying to make up a different highway than actually something that's on the land as a highway road. And it was a highway is the major road that goes right through all the land of Israel. Probably traveled thousands of years, probably 4,000 years through that road there, on that highway. So, for my people have forgotten me and burnt incense to a worthless goddess. I will make their land it has to be like there's something missing here. Their land of destruction. A perpetual hissing. In an object of, no, that isn't. Let's get rid of this. Let me take this, put it on the next line, and everyone passing by it will shake their heads, shake their head. Their land will be desolate. I don't know how to spell desolate. Okay, I guess I'll use that word. Desolate would be desolate. Their land will be desolate, and everyone passing by it will shake their head. Okay, now that's but this can't be here. This, I'm thinking, is not in the right location. Whoops. So, like an east wind scatter before day of cloud. It's almost like a storm wind, a strong wind, not just an east wind. I don't know if they have tornadoes. I'm going to put it as a storm, though. Like a windstorm. Like a windstorm scatters. I think that's like a windstorm scatters. Yeah, I'm going to have to use this right here. Like a windstorm, I will scatter them. Like a windstorm, I will scatter them. Before and this here is not needed then. Like a windstorm, I will scatter them before their enemy. The enemy's day of destruction. I'm thinking that's better than what I've had before. And what I'm trying to do is make sense of what this means. Wind will scatter them. So I'm thinking this is like, I know there's other texts that's like this, that He's telling them to scatter because I'm sending the enemy. So before their enemies, and this has got to be like apostrophe S, enemies, day of destruction. So he's pretty much telling them to leave the land, his people to leave the land. Okay. And this means this is no good then. Okay, now this, yeah, that's doing pretty good. Okay, that's two, that's two. Okay, not too much more to go here to have an ending here. This is a different story here. So somebody's going to plan against. Then they said, let us devise I want to say, then they said, let us counsel a plan against Jeremiah. Though it's not going to be lost to the priest. That's not. I'm trying to. This is a 3 verse, but this isn't connecting. So if I get rid of this, now I've got this to deal with. Because this is not working. If they're going to devise a plan against Jeremiah, and let us strike at him with our words. Let us kill him, is what I'm seeing. Strike does mean to kill, by the way. Let us not give heed to any of his words. Let us not care. And let us not heed. Let us not listen. Come, let us kill him. If I get rid of the word no here, if I put nor here, okay, whoops. If I put nor there, that's pretty much getting rid of this word for this word. Nor listen to any of his words. Now this goes here and this. I'm not seeing this. Come, let us kill him. This is if it's like here, and then this. Nor let us listen to any of his words. Okay, if that's the plan, if they're rejecting him as a prophet, do I use these words here? Like his words are not like prophets. Come, let us kill him. Nope, that isn't going to work. It looks like I've got a good 3-verse there. Okay, time to move on to the next set. Are they really opponents? So who's he going to be talking to? It seems that these would have to be like the king's advisors that are debating with him. These aren't. They aren't. They're an opponent, but what kind? I mean, who are these opponents? Is what I'm more or less listening. Who are these that are saying this? If I put in, because I got to put in somebody, I don't see anybody here. If I put the king's advisors in here, saying his advisors. And this, well, if I got the word listen here for heed, I can just copy that. Heed here. I do not. I do not listen. Well, I got to listen here. Now, if this changes the subject from opponents to mankind's seers, they listen to what their seers are saying. Now, this is almost like he's talking to our creator then all of a sudden and not anybody else. That's kind of hard to figure out now where this is going. Because here, who are they? I guess I just don't have enough text to put it together, and it's just driving me crazy here. Okay, come let us kill him, nor let us listen to any of his words. Now, how is this subject? They do not listen to you, YV. And listen to what? If I take this all the way up, they do not listen to you, YV. They do not listen to you, YV. But you, I don't see that working out as good as I thought it was going to be. Yet I have listened. Yet I have listened to, and I have listened to what opponents are saying. Should good be repaid with evil? Should my good to you be repaid with their evil? For they have dug a pit for me. My opponents are saying, but if this is him pleading to be repaid, should, I don't know here, should my good to good for you be repaid by their evilness. Be repaid by their evilness. But I don't have enough of the story to really understand where he's pleading from yet. Should my good for you be repaid by their evilness? For they have dug a pit. Me? Okay, I guess that's. I don't. He's not going to say, remember how he was told to, and he knows our Creator's watching him, so that's not making sense. I stood before them to speak on your behalf. So that's to return. So it's to turn your wrath from them. I don't know if that's going to go to forgive their children over the famine. And to the power of their sword. Now that isn't. I don't think he would be saying these words, except for maybe he's agreeing with our Creator that he said these so many times that they aren't listening to him. So I've had enough. They're evil. Okay. Let their men also. That's part of what's going to be. Let their wives become childless and widowed. Let their men also be struck to die, struck in battle. Never a may, so that's out. They are to be. This reinforces what he's already probably said. They are to be overthrown. They are to be They are to be removed before you. They are to be, removed before you. And this almost wants to be split here. This then does not need to be needed. That is just, well, it's got to be sins. So let me put that in. Do not forgive their wickedness, their evilness. Or I'm going to blot them out. Do not forgive their evilness or their sins from your sight. They are to be removed before you in the time of your anger. And I'm thinking this here is words that are lost here. Okay, now if that's true, then those two go together. I'm not sure. Man, this has been a little bit difficult today. Now this, I stood before them to speak for their good. Now this, remember how now it's almost like that's going to be there because that sounded like an ending. Remember how I stood before them to speak for their good, on their behalf to return to you on their behalf to turn if I do this to say that this goes here, to turn away your wrath oh, but I'm not seeing it now. Away from your wrath. And I see this. Your wrath on them. To return. I gotta say to you. And away from your wrath on them. I stood before them on their behalf to return to you. And then it's going to be another verse missing here. I was trying to see if I could come up with something, but I'm kind of decided on this now. Remember how I stood before them to speak for their good, on their behalf to return to you and away from your wrath on them of death and captive captivity. Did I just fill in the blank? On their behalf to return to you and away from your wrath on them of death and captivity. Therefore give not therefore, it's now you will Now you will give Now you will give them Now you will give them over to famine and to the power of the sword. That power, but enemies. Enemies, I guess that might be enemies' swords. Okay, now you will give them over to famine and to the enemy's swords. No, I'm not seeing that. I don't think a prophet would not look. There's one thing that you learn from our Creator when you keep looking at people and they don't repent and they still do evil. You still don't wish this kind of thing upon them, even though we can say that, yeah, it's time to give them over uh, to famine and to the enemy's sword, because that's what our Creator has told you to tell them. But He would not say, let their wives become childless and widowed. Okay, I don't see that. I'm already got that saying by the power of the sword. This is what's going to happen anyway. Or a crying or an outcry will be heard. And it doesn't mean that they're in their houses. It means from anywhere. So it doesn't need to be specified from their houses. For an outcry will be heard when you bring an army upon them. Do not give their evilness. I don't see this, and I don't see this. Okay, so now I'm just got a bunch of crap here. Okay, now I worked really hard on my macros today. So trying to figure out just what I'm looking for. And it's supposed to be this one, this one, this one. Nope, that's later. So this is what I've got here. Okay, now this is supposed to be 2 spaces here. This is the story. So it starts here. Those 2 go together, double space, 2 spaces here, 2 spaces here, 1 space, 2 spaces, and then he's going to tell him to go. So far, all these words, that's pretty good as one story here. And then this, and then this is going to be 2, 1, and then 2. But this is where I think I started getting really confused myself here of what was going on. Now that's good here. Okay, now if I do this and say all this is said by our creator. Okay, now that's still saying it's all one. But now this, I can't say. This is going to be the second story here. And if I come down here and there's 2, there's 1, there's 2, I have. Maybe it come out a lot better than what I thought. I didn't think it was going to become this good. Now I'm shocked. When I'm working on this, I couldn't make any sense of this. And yet here it is. It looks really, really good. Now I know I got to do some cleanup. Words came to him, rise, go down, potter shed, vessel. It was spoiled. He remade it another day, so I can do the same to the descendants of Israel, concerning their nation to destroy it. So if Judah turns from evil, I'll change my plans for it. Okay, now go and prophesy to the people in. So Judah, I am planning a destruction because you planned against his. 1, 2, and they are against his, and they are saying it's hopeless, and we too are going to follow after our own plans. Now each of you are acting according to the stubbornness of your own hearts, or evil hearts. Their land will be desolate, and everyone passing by it will shake their head. Like a windstorm, I will scatter them before their enemies' day of destruction. This needs to be reordered. Because the day of destruction, then their land will be desolate. So this needs to be moved. Whoops. I need to get a word here. Move group up one group. Now, if I make this 8 point, moved group here. Okay, now that feels, that's pretty good. Now it's the day of destruction, and then their land will be desolate. It might need to be some text means cleaned up here. But this is shocking that this is actually making sense now when I'm reading it. This is almost like he's pleading with our Creator, or he's talking to him, or praying to our Creator, which is talking to our Creator, which is quite unique. Or this is after it's over, and this is what he's saying about what had happened. Maybe that's what I'm not seeing here. But that, anyway, is going to be it for today. So I've got to start looking at getting my other computer together. So, wow, the stream is still healthy. Hour and 40 minutes, although it doesn't. Okay, I don't know if Twitch actually, let's see if it's still saying offline or not. Yeah, it didn't get on Twitch today. I don't know. I got to look into that. But I'm not going to look into it, I guess. But time for a new computer, and so I'm going to be taking a few days off.